Hey guys, so it's Puts here back with another video. Now, one thing I always get asked is how do I make my money on Guildwars 2? And there's a lot of answers to that people all over YouTube throw out. And the most common thing people say is, just flip the trading post. Simple as that. Find a decent item, buy it low, sell it higher. Basic principle. Now, in my opinion, most of the people that say this are either, sort of like the forums warriors or stuff you see on Reddit or any website like that. And most of them claim they're making thousands of gold a day, which to me a handful might be, but most of it just seems like false claims. And it doesn't really answer the question of what can you do to log on for 15-20 minutes and make upwards of 40 gold in that amount of time, putting minimal effort into the game. And some people think, what about fractals? You make 5 gold in 20 minutes. That's pretty good, but it's not quite cutting it if you're really low on time and just want to make a few gold. There was a great video I watched on some guy going from 0 to 5,000 gold. I'm currently on, I think, the 3rd episode, and he was up to something like 400 or 500 gold, which is great. But once again, it seems to take a fair amount of time, and that to me is a lot of commitment. Now, my way of doing this isn't going to make you a billionaire. You're going to make a decent amount of gold. In a week you could make 40 gold a day, so you could easily make, 5 times 5, 250 gold a week, which is pretty reasonable considering you'll only be playing minimal at best, and when you do play you'll literally just be doing the same stuff you do, whether it's your world versus world zerging, or if you're just doing your world bosses like you can see on the screen now. The prices of what I've been doing have been falling a little bit, but at the making this video is still a really viable and really easy way to make money. So I'm sure as many of you have hundreds, if not thousands, of mithril or in your stockpiles, silk, leather, anything like that, and it all can be used to make really reasonable amounts of money. You can just make it into ingots, and sure, wood, sells pretty reasonable, a couple of silver a plank, whatever, but there's a lot better ways of making that into more efficient money. The best thing to do, stockpile everything, never sell stuff unless you're really desperate for money. If you're 100 gold off your precursor, whatever, save all of your materials for the moments like when you really need the money, and they can all be refined to make these really expensive items. Now, there is a few requirements. You do need, I think it's either 450 or 500 armor smithing and weaponsmithing, as you can see I'm doing here. And literally I'm just going to make these into their planks, their ingots, their bolts, whatever you want to call them. And literally all you have to do is go into your crafting and make them into their ascended forms. Now, that's literally it. So this is literally all we make. We make these ascended versions. You got your Damascus, you got your what are the other ones called? Spool of, all of these, Alonian Leather Square, and that's literally all you have to make. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, well, I still need, say, for an ingot, I still need 20 iron ore, 10 steel. I say, yeah, sure you do. But the key to this method of making money is, like I said, save everything. So we're crafting these, we're going to be crafting them for about a month. So you're going to have, 30 of each one of these ascended materials. Now, as you can see, steel ingots, 8 gold each, so 30 times 8 is a ridiculous amount of money. 30 times bolt of Damascus is a lot of money. Now, you still need to buy all of these other items to refine them into craftable items, but because it's a time-gated material, people don't want to wait for their expensive items, and especially on the ingots, you can buy straight away, buying price, your iron ore, your dark steel, and your normal steel. You can buy those to craft one ingot. It will cost you about 4 gold. Now 4 gold is about 50% of your money you're making on these time gated materials, but if you're desperate for money you can buy these and you're still going to be making upwards of 3 gold profit per ingot, so that's 3 times 30. Now that's a pretty reasonable amount of money for doing literally nothing. All you're doing is logging on, crafting a couple of items. Now another great time gated item is charged quartz crystals. Now I know a lot of people are going to think, you know, there's a much better things to do with these, but this is all about money. We don't care about, you know, if you want your celestial stats or whatever. Now these you literally just craft into leyline infused tools. They cost 1 quartz crystal, 1 leyline spark, 100 orichalcum mining ingots, and a couple of bloodstone dust, which we will have thousands of. And once again, you're going to be selling these for upwards of 4 gold each, over 4 gold each, and that's just from infusing 25 quartz crystals a day. To my knowledge, there isn't anything better to do with them money making wise. Sure, you could make your fancy armour and stuff, but this is what people are playing for. These are used in guild halls, and you know, even now the demand on these materials for people rushing their guild halls or whatever is still a lot of money. So this is pretty much the easy way to make money, and even if you don't want money, it's still a fantastic thing to do. As you can see, I'm making an ascended legendary axe in the top right corner there. I need so many of these ingots and whatnot. You know, often I haven't crafted them regularly enough, and I've had to buy, you know, upwards of 30, 40 each, you know, of the steel ingots and of the wood residue. And, you know, that's so much money. You know, you're sort of talking 10 gold each when I'd done it. So that's 400 gold, and that was just for one precursor. And this is where all these materials are going. People are wanting to use these materials to make, you know, their fancy weapons and whatnot. And you have to profit off people's, you know, willingness to not wait. You know, it's just an easy way to make money. Just save everything you got, and in one day you'll end up with 100 each of these materials. Just put it in your daily routine, and you know, suddenly you sell them all, and you know, you've got 1,000 gold just from doing 10 minutes crafting a day. It's that simple. So I hope you like this really lazy man's guide to making money in Guild Wars 2. I hope it's what you expected. There's genuinely nothing I can think of that's easier than sitting there crafting the materials that you've gathered from doing your dailies or whatever. And it's just simple as that, and hopefully you guys can make some fancy weapon skins like I have and make a lot of money. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. See you next time.